I don't know where you wanted to start. I didn't know if you wanted to save one specific one for last. But I think maybe an exciting one to get just started off with might be KO of the year, just
KO of the
because
year.
a lot of these are pretty recent candidates as well.
Yeah, brother. I'm definitely down to start off with that one. So we'll introduce the nominees. We have Joaquin Buckley versus Impa Kasanyanay. The infamous spinning, what was it, a spinning heel kick, I think.
Spinning
Or
heel kick, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, where he
and
has a
then
one leg caught already. It was kind of some Mortal Kombat. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen it on the. That coffee was hot, people. Look out.
oh man,
Uh,
went down the wrong tube. Holy fucking
ooh,
shit!
that was
Might have
tough,
just
bro.
ruined my laptop and my new favorite shirt all in one. That's how you start off a show, everybody. Jesus Christ. I'm all good.
You good?
Laptop's all good.
All right.
Shirt, probably not all good, but
Hey, bro, we'll get some shout on it. Some
yeah.
Tide to go. Damn,
Oh
that was
man.
crazy. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So Buckley with the crazy spinning back kick, essentially Mortal Kombat ninja knockout, sent the world into a frenzy. UFC's been calling it greatest knockout maybe ever. I don't know if I'm quite on board with that. The initial hype was huge, but now they've kind of let it die down. It's amazing, don't get me wrong, but Kasanganai does hold his foot there for a little bit. So, and I'm not going to disparage any of these candidates because they're all great. Next one we have on there is it what order did I put in? Oh, Cody Garbrandt versus Rafael Assunção. You might remember at the end of UFC 250, I believe that is. They are the co-main event before Nunes and Spencer. That is whenever Garbrandt landed that nasty right hook and just slept Assunção at the instant the horn sounded.
Yes.
Love that knockout. I love that knockout just because it's so technical and clean. He waits on the fence, baits Assunção to throw his hook, and then immediately counter hooks him back, and it was lights out.
And then we got did you already do Holland and Souza?
I did not, no.
Yeah, so we got Holland and Souza, where Holland is essentially sitting on his rear end and still manages to knock out Souza, essentially sitting from his ass. It was one of my favorites. I didn't give it this category, but it was one that I was flopping back and forth with debating on.
Me too. So I would say that this one was definitely in my top three, for sure. And I was honestly, it's amazing when you think about it. Just the fact that he's literally, like you said, sitting on a hip and can throw a punch hard enough to essentially put Jacare Souza out, who
Yes.
is a beast. Then the next one we have up is Beneil Dariush versus Drakkar Klose, or Close. The most memorable thing about this knockout to me is that these guys were just going rock'em sock'em robots for the 15 seconds prior, and then Dariush hits Close with just a left hook from hell, puts the mouthpiece on the side of his face, and dude is just out cold on the ground.
Yeah, no, definitely another good one. And then have we got to Chaos Williams yet?
No, he's up next.
So, in typical Chaos fashion, this one happened, within 15 seconds? Was that what it was?
I want to say 15 or 18, something like that.
Just super, instant, that instant ramen noodles. That's instant KO right there. Chaos Williams specialty, which, he kind of built a reputation off of being, these fast KOs because it was two back-to-back. So this one's a little don't you think that this one's kind of a combination of both of those kind of all because he did it again? You know what I'm saying?
And the dramatic effect at which Abdul Razak Al Hassan's body just locks up, and he literally it's almost like his feet went out from under him and he just slammed his whole body flat at the exact same time. So it was the animation of it all was perfect.
Yeah, very, very dramatic to the eye for sure. And then there was the Jordan Levitt recent slam KO, which it's the only slam KO on this list, which does set it apart. Happened very recently, a few cards back.
That was a brutal KO.
Maybe the scariest KO out of all.
It was definitely the most brutal and or scariest, I would say. Holland is up there on the brutality as well.
Yeah, for sure. But just as far as is this guy gonna walk away from this? You know what I'm saying? And it was who was the old head that he slammed?
It was Matt. Wyman.
Matt Wyman, it sure was. Yeah. And so, like, the fact that it was an older guy who we all knew even before this fight started, like, debatably probably shouldn't even have been in there.
Was kind
And
of there for a Christmas paycheck.
totally. And so I think that kind of all those factors kind of came together. And like I said, if this was scariest knockout, which some people may like interpret that as, not how I chose to interpret it. I pretty much chose to interpret it as my favorite KO because it's our show, and you know
I
what
mean,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
this isn't these aren't beefy award. These aren't prime cuts for anyone else.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I just so if it was scariest KO, I may have to give it to Levitt. But I wasn't my personal favorite. But I gotta say, I know I was hyping up the Holland Souza one, but the Levitt one, like just the fact that it was the only slam and just how violent it was. I mean, I probably need to give it more credit than I was giving it.
I've thought about that myself, and that was why I put it on that list at the very bottom, because I got through 5, and then I thought, oh, I can't leave the slam KO off. I mean, it's one of 6 in UFC history, and it's the only one this year, and
Yeah.
it was so brutal.
Yeah, for sure, bro. I'm super glad you added that to the list of nominees. Harrison put together these list of nominees, and that's not to push the buck. That's to actually say thank you. You know, it was some groundwork and some thought he put into this, so I appreciate that. Man, so you go ahead and give yours first of who you actually give the winner to of KO of the year, one of the most prestigious, awards we're giving out.
Man, so after all that, I'm going to be super anticlimactic and pick Joaquin Buckley.
Me too.
I just think that the whole highlight of it, I've never seen it be done like that before. And then just the sequence at which Homeboy wobbles back and forth, falls down, and the ref runs in like a dude scared in the street and is like, stop kicking his ass. It's perfect.
And then just it's 2020, right? About to be 2021, and you can't mention things that happen in life and sports and pop culture without taking into effect the social media impact. Like some people like to, split those and not. But in 2020 and 2021 moving forward, those things are joined at the hip. And this
Absolutely.
Joaquin Buckley knockout went viral. It took over the internet. I mean, even just traditional sports media, even just traditional media, it's not even sports related. Like everybody was posting this viral highlight, talking about it. Joaquin Buckley, essentially a star. They always say a star was born tonight, but like quite literally that night a star was born. And he took his career
seriously.
to another level. And yeah, I totally agree with you. While all those other knockouts were amazing, just nothing defines knockout of the year like the way Buckley essentially made the world stop with his knockout. Like, I mean, especially the fight world. I like I said, all those other ones were very worthy of being nominated. Amazing knockouts. But we had what I like about this, we had a lot of variety. We had kicks, we had punches, we had the weird Kevin Holland punching off the back, we had the slam, we had fast, we had late, we had very beginning of fight, very end of fight. Like it was a very diverse category of knockouts about every which way you can imagine. But yeah, that Buckley Kasanyane knockout, just it stands out from the pack.